Hey, what's going on, guys? It's like 27 degrees here in Georgia, and I have 4 lawns to do today. So I'm gonna take you guys with me. You guys are coming with me while I do it. I may get a couple, lawns in there, show some footage, but I'll probably just do before and afters. But one thing I want to say is I have a topic I want to talk about, but I have a couple other things before that I want to get to, and that's just things I have in my head. So right now you can see I'm wearing it's like an insulated thing. It's an old thing. I left it's like on my windbreaker jacket in my wife's truck, so I don't have that. I'm wearing a beanie to cover my ears to keep the heat in, and then I'm wearing a hoodie, and then I'm wearing a long sleeve, then I'm wearing like a turtleneck thermal type shirt, and then for my pants I'm wearing sweatpants, and then under the sweatpants I have regular, they're kind of like thin synthetic pants that I wear for lawn care, and then under that I have Under Armour thermal, like long john, and then I'm wearing one pair of socks. My feet don't really get super cold unless they're in like a rubber boot or something like that. But that's my advice to you guys, is to bundle up in layers. And the only thing that really is getting cold on me is my hands, and then I put on gloves when I work, so I'll be okay. And then I may switch to my hat because I have my earphones, so I may not need this. I may try it. I don't know. But anyway, long story short, that's my first thing I wanted to say. Second thing is I added an upgrade. Now I should have done this a long time ago, but check it out. I got baby 1 seat, or he's 3, and then I got the other infant seat. So now I can take them, if I got to run an errand, I don't have to take my wife's car. I can just plop them in there, and they can take we can take the old mule. get to it, get out and about. I just wanted to show you that. I was kind of excited about, I don't know why I haven't done it. I think maybe convenience. The car seats are kind of a chore to put in and take out and all this kind of stuff, so I'm just gonna leave them in there. But I need to get gas. I haven't really driven my car, but like once, that my SUV or whatever, Nissan Ray Murano. And then I forgot what my wife, because it used to be my wife's car, I forgot what she called it, but it was pretty catchy too. Yeah, I'll catch up with you guys. But the topic, I'll tell you the topic. The topic is kind of what you need to do to start a lawn care business in 2025. Kind of like things to help you prepare. Maybe you've thought about them, maybe you haven't. So I'll kind of run down that, and I'll kind of run down like what you can do and what I wouldn't do, or I wouldn't advise to do. So I'll catch back in with you guys. Alright, first thing I would do is I would figure out do you want to do this on the side, or do you want to do it full time? Anyone can really mow a lawn, but not everyone can mow them professionally. I mean, you can, but you may not be good at it. So you got to figure out, is this something you like doing? So maybe offer to mow the neighbor's lawn, and get some practice in before you jump in. But if you've already figured that out and you want to jump in, then I would definitely advise to follow your state guidelines and get your business license, get business insurance, get your vehicles insured properly. If you have a trailer, get your trailer insured properly or tagged properly. You know, follow the laws and guidelines and things like that. Just don't go floating under the table and think it's gonna be gravy. You might float for a while. You might float for a while, or hire the employee under the table, or do whatever, you know, to get going. But eventually it's gonna catch up to you, because you're not really doing the right thing. So I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying, you know, if that's you, I'm not knocking it. But what I'm saying, it's not something that I would do or I would recommend you. So on my channel, I don't want to steer anyone wrong. I want to help everyone the best I can. So that's what I would say to do. You know, get your business license and whatnot, and then figure out what you want to offer for services. Do you just want to mow and go? Me personally, I'm not a fan of doing bush trimming at all. So if I was to restart, I probably wouldn't include that. But if you can suck it up like me and do it, it can be profitable, and it can be a lot of money. And then mulch jobs, I can't really do. I can, but it's a serious chore to do really big mulch jobs. So I've only really stuck with you know, small to medium mulch jobs. So second thing is figure out what you want to do and figure out what services you want to offer. You could literally just push mow and bag. Down here in Georgia, no one's really bagging, so that could, you know, make you stand out in the market if you want to push mow. The third thing I would say is you want to figure out your demographic. So if you're not in like a good area, good area, say maybe it's a lower income area, that could be fine too. But you wouldn't really want to be in a high crime area, because it's not really gonna be a place people are looking to get service. So you want to figure out what area you're in. I'm sure you know. So if you got like 3 deadbolts on your door, you know, you might not want to start a lawn care. Or maybe I could be completely wrong, and then you could be doing a heck of a good job, you know, down in, you know, the not so nice area of town. But me, I like to be able to leave my stuff on the trailer. I might forget to unlock something. I usually don't, but I don't want to have to worry every time I put it down. So not that I'm worrying about that, but I like to feel safe. And then also too, the target demographic I'm going after is customers, not necessarily higher end, but they would be like middle class, but that like treat their lawn, and they need service weekly or at least bi-weekly. You know, they like to fertilize, you know, they like their bushes to look nice, they like certain things a certain way, you know. That's what I'm going for, because then things can be more consistent. You don't have someone saying, oh, you know, you get out of your car and they're like, they signed up for bi-weekly service and they're like, oh, do do you think it really needs it, you know? It's like, well, you asked me to mow your lawn bi-weekly, and then I come on a bi-weekly, and then you want to ask me if it really needs it. Yeah, it needs it, because that's what you wanted. And in summertime, you can't cut it. Spring, summer, you can't cut Bermuda and Zoysia monthly if you're gonna take care of your equipment, and if you don't want clippings everywhere and the scalp, you know, take all the green out of the lawn. So yeah, it needs it. So that's my 2 cents on that. And then the other thing is, say you have, I wouldn't advise to go out and buy and finance a bunch of stuff. I would say use what you have. If you have a truck, use your truck. You know, convert it for your business use. You know, put some stickers on it if you want. You know, get your business insurance. You know, or if you have a car, you know, there's people around here, they have a car, and they just have a push mower and they put it in the trunk. That's fine too. Does it look super professional? No, but you know, who cares when you're getting started? You just got to start. So my recommendation is start with what you have. If you have all battery stuff, start with that. Figure out what works, work your way up. Don't go burning your money just because you need to have nice stuff, because what that can do is maybe you don't like it, and then now you're stuck with all this equipment. Yeah, you can sell it, but you're gonna lose money doing it. So that's what I would recommend, and that's what I personally did. So kind of buy as you go, guys. And then I don't even know what number I'm on. I think that's number 4. Okay, number 5 will be figure out your systems. So do you have, like, even on the lawn, like when you go to a lawn, do you mow it first, edge it, and then weed whack it, and then blow it? What's your strategy? Figure out what works in your area. In my area, we have Bermuda and Zoysia, mostly Bermuda and Centipede and that kind of thing, so it creeps over the curb. So like, I don't know if you guys can see. Not that, guys. Sorry. So see where the person down here, not customer, this is all edged, and then this one's not. So what you have to do, that's overgrown, so it kind of creeps over. So what I would do if this is a new customer, if it was a new customer, I would sorry, I'm making sure I'm not blocking someone. I would edge that first, and then blow it into the lawn, then mow it, and then I would weed whack, and then I'd edge it again, then blow everything off. That's my strategy for that. So figure out your system, your strategy, whatever you want to call it, for the way you want to tackle stuff, and even in business. So like, figure out, do I want to have invoicing, or do I want to go excuse me, guys, do I want to go not invoice and do handshake deals and go pick up cash from customers? And one guy I watch, really nice guy, he does all of his stuff on whiteboards. I don't have time. Like, I tried the whiteboard thing, and then I was like, I gotta get a different system. So what I use is the day planner, but then I also use Yardbook, because it's free. It does what I need it to do, I can keep track, I can put notes in, I can do a bunch of stuff in there. I can invoice, you can email, it's got everything in there. So figure out what you want to do. Do you want to invoice and then wait for your customer to pay you? Or do you want to invoice, or do you want to charge a customer, send them the receipt? Sorry, I got like a hair right here. So you got to figure out what you want to do for your systems. I recommend invoicing and using some type of CRM or something. That way you are being professional, you are keeping track, you are putting your best foot forward. You're not just a guy with the lawnmower, in my opinion. And also it's easier, you don't have to chase money, but if you do, it's easier to collect it because you're coming off professional and you have your system to collect it. Easier, you don't have to go to their house. Then that's number 5. And then also for number 5, figure out what type of lawnmowers you need, what kind of deck you need. Down here people do a lot of mulching blades, a lot of mulching setups on their lawnmower. Or do you want a side discharge? Me, I don't really do the mulching. I can do both because I have the quick shoot flap. So figure out what works for you. I like the flap personally, and then I also use, majority of the year, I use a high lift blade. So it leaves more of a strand of grass when you cut the grass, because we leave the clippings down here. So yeah, it'll leave more of a strand, but if you blow it, it looks cleaner. Because the mulching's good too though, but I like the lift because the lift, it can fold over the grass and to me it looks better. But the mulching, I mean, I've seen some guys do the mulching looks good, but me, I personally like the pattern in the lawn. So that's what I go for. So, and then figure out, so that would be number 5. And then I'll probably think of number 6. So I'm gonna get started on my number 1 lawn. This is it right here. It's just a little, let me see. Yep, just a little leaf cleanup. Pretty simple. Takes a little bit of time, but nothing really to it. Oh, number 6 here real quick. Number 6, figure out your pricing. So down here, either majority of people are bi-weekly, or on the higher end they'll want a weekly. But figure out what you need to charge to make money. So do your man hour, how many people you got, figure out what you need to make, but it also has to match what you're doing. So like the bigger companies here, they'll charge a little less, but they do like full year service, and then they have multiple guys, so they're knocking out lawns in like 5-10 minutes because they have 4 guys, right? And then bigger mowers, and then they charge less, so then they have more customers, so it's more of a volume. So me, I don't have the volume. I take more time on the lawn to get a better, not that theirs looks bad, but I take more time. The customer doesn't feel like I'm rushing. Customers don't like that. They'd rather spend their money and be like, wow, he's taking a great time, in my opinion. But either way it works. It depends on how big you're trying to scale it. So you got to figure out what direction you want to go. But me, I don't do high volume. I do low volume, and I try to get high profit. That way I can stay in business. So figure out your numbers and what you need to stay in business. You know, if you have a $4,000 mortgage and, you know, 2 $800 truck payments, you know, you're going to be needing, you maybe want to start the business and do the churn and burn. So, you know, do $30 lawns and then have a lot of guys, you know, and then you have that revenue coming in. You have a lot more customers. You blow out with your advertising. Just depends what you want to do. But with that, it comes with different problems. So you have to pick and choose, and you can always change it. You know, this is we live in, you know, this world, and you can kind of do what you want, you know, to an extent. So I'm gonna quit blabbing and I'm gonna go do some work. So I'll catch back in with you guys, and I'll give you a little showcase after, I guess. All right, guys, I'm all set with this property. Just a light leaf cleanup, but I'm also, what I'm doing is I'm trying to streamline my business, so I'm switching these around to the front. That way the customer can give me a key. So I'm trying to save some time. All right, switched her over to the front, so now when I have a key I can get into the back easier and streamline, because sometimes it rains, sometimes it you know, stuff comes up. Sometimes you're in the area, you might want to do a quick lawn and there's no animals here. So yeah. All right, guys, I just got done with this lawn here. I also, you'll notice the gate is left open. That's how they I usually shut it, but they always leave it open, so that's how they leave it. So I don't think it's a big problem for them. They don't have animals. But the reason I'm not locking it is because it's kind of it's not wanting to stay shut. So maybe that's the deal. But yeah, it took a little bit of time for this one. It wasn't even that big of a job. It just I mowed it, then I had to blow it because there's like leaves caked up because it's been sitting a while, I guess. But yeah, I'll show you guys the next property. All right, guys, the property I just did, I don't really have time to show you before and afters and stuff. You guys, if you've seen some of my other videos, I've done this property before. It's not like a hard property, but it does take some time, and there is a lot of dirt. I don't know if you guys can see. It's just straight dirt. Like in the off season, grass doesn't really grow and it just becomes dirt. But then when the season starts, it starts to grow grass again. It's kind of, I think there's too much shade because these big trees. But yeah, I think I was on number 6. I don't remember what I was talking about because there's been a lot of time in between. But you just want to prepare. All right, I'll do number 7. You just want to prepare as best as you can. So say, like for example, if you have tires on your lawnmower, you don't have a push mower, you have a real, you know, like a tractor or a stand on or a ride behind or a walk behind, excuse me, or a zero turn or whatever you got, you're gonna get a flat. So you might want to keep like an air pump, or me, I don't keep any of that in my car because I live so close to where I work, and I did that on purpose. So number 7 is be prepared. Oh, that's a 5 here. 5 and 7, number 7. So be prepared, and then also figure out where you want your route, which goes with the other one that I said. I think it was number 2 or 3 with the demographic. So if you have to drive, it may be worth it to get the higher end houses. So the higher end houses are going to stay on your schedule longer. They're gonna want you to come even if it is off season occasionally to keep stuff tidy. They're gonna want their bushes taken care of. They're gonna have a HOA. They're gonna treat their lawn. They're going to have more potentials for needing your service, and that's what your job is. Your job is not to suck as much money out of them as you can, because nobody likes a leech, but your job is to provide the solutions to their problem, and a lot of them are happy to pay for that, and some of them aren't, some of them are. So you just have to find that for number 7. And then also I'll add in one thing. You want to figure out what you want to deal with. So like, if you're okay with mowing a lawn and then a customer comes out and yells in your face about something, like literally like just is disrespecting you in your face, that might be something you will tolerate. Me personally, I'm not going to keep that customer. If they can't come to me, in a gentlemanly manner, or a woman, a respectable womanly manner, then I'm not really gonna tolerate that, because I don't want to get disrespected. I'm not gonna disrespect you. That's just something that now everyone has a bad day, so it depends on what it is, but you got to find your line. So like, maybe a customer is leaving a bunch of stuff in their lawn, like, or maybe they come out and they yell at you, or they say something like, hey, you didn't do this, or maybe they assumed you were gonna do that. You have to figure that out. So that's something you gotta kind of learn as you go, but you'll figure it out. But that's one thing to I want to say, to prepare for. So always be prepared with that. But yeah, I got one more to do. I will see you guys there. All right, I'm finally done. Just takes a while with some of these properties, because you got to cut them and blow them multiple times. But this is what we're working with. Now it's not pristine, leaf cleanup, because the customer just is paying for mowing, but I do, get the bulk of the leaves out for him. But yeah, that's all. I probably would conclude that video to be done. I may have to interject somewhere in it, but just because I'm doing it on my route, so stuff can kind of get discombobulated and misconstrued and out of order and stuff. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing good, and if you have any questions or need me for anything, just let me know. Thanks.